When your dog twitches in their sleep, makes small sounds, or moves their paws like they're running, do you actually know what's happening inside their mind? Most people assume it's just a reflex, a random firing of nerves, something automatic and meaningless. But behind that quiet moment on the couch, there's something deeper that almost no one talks about, something that changes the way you'll look at your sleeping dog forever. Because what's actually happening in your dog's brain during those moments is one of the most intimate things they do. And if you've ever watched them dream and just smiled and looked away, which most owners do, you might not realize what and who they're dreaming about. Let's start with what dog dreams actually are. 1. The reflex myth. What you were told is wrong. Most people think the twitching is just muscle memory, leftover wiring from evolution, nothing personal, nothing meaningful. That's the assumption almost everyone carries. Here's what's actually happening. Your dog isn't misfiring. They're experiencing something remarkably close to what you experience every night. Dogs cycle through sleep stages the same way humans do: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it's the stage where vivid, narrative dreaming occurs. And dogs reach it fast, much faster than you do. While a human typically takes 90 minutes to enter their first REM cycle, a dog can get there in under 20, which means your dog dreams more often, enters that dream state more quickly, and spends a greater proportion of their sleep in active dreaming than you do. Think about that for a second. Every time your dog curls up for an afternoon nap, that brief hour on the rug while you work, they're likely dreaming at least once, maybe twice. And here's where it gets even more powerful. The content of those dreams isn't random. 2. The science of what dogs actually dream about. In 2001, researchers at MIT, Matthew Wilson and Kenway Louie, conducted a landmark study on dreaming and memory consolidation in rats. They monitored the hippocampal activity of rats while they ran a maze, then monitored the same neural patterns during REM sleep. What they found was striking. The rats were replaying the maze, specific sequences, real experiences from their day. Animal cognition researchers extended this framework to dogs and reached the same conclusion. Dogs don't dream in abstract imagery, they replay events, real moments from their actual lives. Behavioral scientists who study sleep in domestic dogs describe this as episodic memory consolidation, the brain using sleep to process, store, and emotionally organize the day's experiences. But here's what that actually means for you. Your dog's most emotionally significant experiences of any given day are interactions with you. Feeding, walking, a moment on the couch, the way you came home. Those experiences, the ones built around your presence, are precisely what the dreaming brain prioritizes for replay. Your dog isn't just sleeping, they're returning to you. 3. Your scent lives in their dreams. There's something else most owners never consider. Dogs experience the world primarily through scent, not sight, not sound. Their olfactory cortex is, proportionally, 40 times larger than yours. And scent memory in dogs is processed in the same limbic structures that govern emotional memory and dreaming. What that means is this: your dog doesn't just remember your face, they remember you as a full sensory signature. Your smell is woven into their most emotionally loaded memories, and when those memories replay during REM sleep, when their brain is reconstructing the moments that mattered most, your scent is part of the architecture of that dream. You aren't just a visual memory to them, you are a presence they can reconstruct from the inside. Researchers who study canine attachment behavior describe owners as safe base figures, the sensory anchor around which a dog organizes their entire sense of security. That anchor doesn't disappear when your dog closes their eyes. It becomes the subject of the dream. And by the way, if your dog has ever woken suddenly from sleep, looked directly at you, and then immediately relaxed, don't brush that off. We'll come back to what that specific moment actually means, and it's something most owners misread entirely. 4. Why dreaming is an ancient survival tool, and why you're in it. This behavior didn't start with your dog, it goes back much further. Wild canines, wolves, their closest ancestors, live in tight social structures where survival depends entirely on knowing your pack. Who is safe? Who leads? who protects. The brain's ability to process and rehearse those social bonds during sleep evolved as a survival mechanism. Sleep wasn't downtime, it was maintenance of the relationships that kept the animal alive. Domestic dogs inherited this completely. Their brains still use REM sleep to consolidate and reinforce their most critical social bonds. But here's the difference. Wolves dream about pack members, about territory, about other wolves. Your dog dreams about you. Because you are their pack. You are the social structure their ancient brain is trying to preserve and memorize. Every night when your dog sleeps, evolution is quietly telling their brain, remember the person who keeps you safe. Hold on to that. And their brain listens. 5. They don't dream about everyone. This is the part most owners don't fully sit with. Dogs are not indiscriminate. Their dreaming brain doesn't replay every interaction from the day equally. Animal cognition research consistently shows that emotionally significant experiences are prioritized in memory consolidation. Low-stakes, neutral interactions fade. High-stakes, high-emotion experiences get reinforced. Your dog isn't dreaming about the stranger who walked past on the street. They don't dream about the dog they briefly sniffed in the park. They dream about the person their nervous system has categorized as primary, the one whose arrival lowers their heart rate, the one whose voice changes their brain chemistry, the one they wait for. Studies on canine attachment behavior confirm that dogs form a single primary bond, one person above all others who functions as their emotional regulation system. That attachment is so neurologically significant that it shapes what the brain chooses to rehearse during sleep. If your dog dreams, and they do, the most likely subject of those dreams is you, not a version of you, the specific sensory experience of your presence. Think about that for a second. 6. What it means when they sleep close to you. This is what most dog owners never fully realize. When your dog chooses to sleep touching you, pressed against your leg, curled near your feet, resting their head on your arm, they're not just seeking warmth, they're placing themselves inside the experience they're about to dream about. Your physical presence during sleep gives their dreaming brains something to work with, a sense signal that confirms safety, a warmth signal that says, "You're here, I can let go." Dogs that sleep in contact with their owners show measurably lower cortisol levels during sleep than dogs who sleep separately. Their nervous systems are calmer, their REM cycles are more stable, their dreaming brain is working in a lower threat environment. Remember earlier when I mentioned dogs that wake from sleep and look directly at you? This is what I was talking about. They're not startled, they're not confused, they're surfacing from a dream, likely a dream involving you, and checking that the real version matches what they just experienced. When they find you there, exactly where you're supposed to be, they exhale, they close their eyes, they go back under. That moment lasts 2 seconds. Most owners miss it entirely. It is one of the quietest, most complete expressions of trust a dog can show you. 7. When the dreams change and what it means. Watch for this. A dog that suddenly sleeps more restlessly, twitching more sharply, vocalizing with distress sounds, waking disoriented, isn't just having bad dreams in the human sense. Disrupted REM sleep in dogs is a documented stress response. Behavioral scientists link it to unresolved anxiety, changes in routine, or shifts in their primary bond. If your dog's sleep patterns change noticeably, the dreaming brain is signaling that something in their emotional world has shifted. Don't ignore it. It doesn't require panic, it requires attention, more consistent contact, more predictable routine, more of you, the person their brain is trying to hold on to every night. So the next time your dog falls asleep beside you, paws twitching, breath deepening, completely still except for the faint movement of their eyes, you know what's happening now. Their brain is doing what it was built to do, sorting through the day, reinforcing the bonds that matter most, returning to the moments that felt safest. You thought they were just sleeping, but they were, in every neurological sense of the word, thinking about you. That was never a small thing to them. And now you know it shouldn't be a small thing to you either.